Chapter 10. Staying Connected. We're still discussing Hack 5, You Do You, but we're shifting gears a bit. In this chapter, you'll gain useful hacks to keep you from falling into the desolate void of complete disconnection from the human drama. Human folly. Repeatedly asking and answering the question and subsequently repudiating the misfits monkeys, as we just discussed, will inevitably create a mood of detachment. We remain in the mayhem, but not of it, so to speak. The idiotic chaos around us is no longer our circus to the extent it once was. You might look at the daily machinations of your world and think, even if this does not rise to the level of mayhem, it sure seems like utter folly. For example, you're attending the lavish 40th birthday bash of an old friend at an elegant Four Seasons ballroom. You're showcasing your best cocktail dress and 5-inch heels that mangle your feet. You've had plenty to eat and drink, and you're starting to sag, physically and mentally. This is an adults-only affair. But a self-absorbed couple whom you just met tonight have brought their rowdy 3-year-old twins. The rascals are zooming around the ballroom like miniature dervishes high on ayahuasca. Their slightly drunk mom leans over to you and says, "Honey, would you mind keeping an eye on little Travis and Tammy so my husband and I can go out to the parking lot and smoke some ganja?" Okay, maybe that's not mayhem, but it easily rises to the level of folly, does it not? So you shake your head calmly and say, "What? Not my circus, not my monkey." Controlled folly. As the feckless folly of our fellow humans becomes increasingly apparent, their efforts to pull you into their daily dramas become less effective. The good news is, your Hack 5 skills reduce the folly's negative impact on your life force. The potential danger, though, is you're becoming even more disengaged from life and disconnected from others than you were back on page 1. You might be less depressed and anxious, but you're still mired in an existential "who gives a shit?" You feel like an astronaut untethered from the space station and floating free into the great void. What to do? The best answer I've found comes from anthropologist Carlos Castaneda, the amazing guy who gave us the foreign installation presented in part 1 of this book. His mentor, Don Juan, advised Carlos to join his fellow men in the midst of their folly, but to control his own folly. The act and habit of controlling his folly helped Carlos accumulate personal power for the development of a sorcerer's will. In our case, controlling our folly lets us join other folks in the midst of their folly while preserving our life force. Hack 5, You Do You, already gives you most of the tools needed to practice controlled folly in your daily life. You reflexively ask the question, you forcefully smack back at shitslingers, and you flamboyantly fling monkeys off your back. You are unhooking from the folly of your fellow man, the very same folly that used to overwhelm and depress you. You just need one additional ingredient to convert your newfound detachment to controlled folly. Amusement. That's right, amusement. You have to find the mayhem and folly amusing, perhaps even fascinating. There is no point in being offended, any more than you would be when you see a dog licking his gonads. That's what dogs do. Likewise, humans stir up mayhem and folly. Righteous indignation is useless. You'll never stop their mayhem or the folly, so why fume about it? This feeling of amusement about the folly of mankind is your ticket back into the game of life. You're no longer depressed or anxious about the craziness around you or the pressure others place on you. You're amused by it. You wade into whatever situations you encounter with a sense of freedom and abandon. You say and do whatever you want, not what you assume others expect of you. You might even accept a few monkeys now and then, just for the fun of it. You might throw off your heels and zoom around the party after young Travis and Tammy, letting yourself feel as unhinged as they are.